Two T's in a pod, yeah, we're taking a ride. Tombi and Tam got the mic open wide. Talking TV, talking news, spilling tea in the blues with some movie reviews and a laugh or two. From big screen dreams to our daily schemes, moves, pets, and holiday themes. Poppy and Rosie barking in the back. Cosmo, Yarny, Salem on the cat attack. So grab a seat, let's chat a lot. You never know what we've got. Two voices, one vibe, come along for the ride. It's two T's in a pod, let's get it on.
Good evening, good afternoon. What? Have I just deafened you?
Yeah.
How? My microphone isn't even that loud. My good God, woman.
Yes, but I noticed this last night.
What's that?
When you were streaming. All of a sudden, you were deafening me downstairs and you were upstairs and I had no headphones on.
Yeah, but I'm just a big personality.
No, you're just super, super loud.
I am super,
got a big gob.
I am super. Do you know what it is? And I think this is the problem with anybody that's been in the armed forces, because we get armed forces voice. And you know the stereotypical drill sergeants you see on the parade grounds where they've just got the big booming voice. Pretty much every single person that I know of in the armed forces develops that kind of voice. Because every now and again, you've just got to bollock someone. You really have. But, ladies and gents, and children of the audience, because I can see you, welcome to Two T's in the Pod with me, Tombi and Tam, and we are going to be talking about news, TVs, games, politics, and all the other stuff. Whilst... is that Poppy or Rosie?
That's Pops.
I could hardly tell because she's so black in this image. I could hardly tell it was Pops. But she's got a ducky. She's actually playing. Yay!
Yeah, she's beating up Duck Duck.
She's beating up Duck Duck. But good to see you guys. Good to see you. Let's say hello to everybody in chat. Rachel, how you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you as always. Thank you very much indeed for jumping in. Charlie Nuclear, how you doing, brother? Long time no see. Charlie, I'm going to have to drop into some of your streams because I haven't been able to spread my love as much as I used to. But I am cutting down. I'm sort of cutting down on some of the streaming, the amount of streaming I've been doing, versus playtime. Poppy's yeah.
Yeah, Poppy's chasing Rosie for a change.
Oh God, it's going to be havoc in the house. It's going to be havoc in the house. So yeah, so Mondays and Fridays I used to stream religiously all the time. In fact, every single day I was streaming. And then made the conscious decision to only stream the Tuesdays, the Wednesdays, the Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays. I'm looking at replacing another one of those days with a solely exclusive Rumble day. Now, I'll explain why in a second. And it's more to do with growing the community over on Rumble as much as I've grown it across on YouTube as well. Because there is a lot of growth in the Rumble platform currently, and I'd be remiss if I didn't try and take advantage of that growth while it's in its infancy. And YouTube has become this kind of like self-fulfilling prophecy where it's looking after itself now. It's really, really good. So Mondays and Fridays, I step back from doing the live stuff to doing guides. I haven't been able to churn out as many guides as I would like because video editing is not freaking easy. Anybody who says, oh yeah, streaming's easy and content creation's easy and editing's easy, mate, I am so bloody slow when it comes to video editing at times. It's insane. It's insane. So, yeah, so one of the days I'm tempted to replace with a Rumble exclusive night to drive that. The current Rumble creator program, you've got to do 30 hours of streaming, 5 hours of Rumble Premium, and you've got to capture a minimum of 200 watch hours as well. So, oh Jesus Christ, they're so loud.
Well, they're only playing.
I know they're only playing. Poppy's saying, chase me, chase me. Oh, they're going tickly toes.
No,
like,
she's actually biting her face at the moment.
Rosie's going for the dominatrix. I'm going to get you. And Poppy's like, no, I'm going to bite your legs.
They've actually been doing this all day.
Yeah. It does sound like it's American Werewolf in London downstairs, though, I will say. Well, Charlie, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, Charlie. We'll carry on saying hello to the chat. Charlotte. Hello, Nanny and Grandad. Hi, chat. How you doing, Charlotte? Andy Matthews. Every now and again when they're a bit too loud because I can hardly hear my arsehole talking. Matthew says, "Oh, Poppy. Now, I wanna play this. I want to play this. I want to play a little bit of this. Now, this is just in honor of one of our favorite doggos. There we go. A little reminder of our good friend Andy and Shadow. Bless his heart. Rest in peace, bro. Grumpy old gamer, how you doing? How you doing? It's good to see you. And Charlie Nuclear says, I've been working hard on a video game while working 40 hours, while working 40. So I've been bad at keeping up with the streaming, especially since my Xbox One bricks on you. Oh, it's a nightmare. That's the last thing you need. Pete, how you doing? It's good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Rosie looks so much more like Poppy now. They are getting... I mean, look at these two fools. Look at them. I mean, Poppy has got her arm around the back of Rosie's head, giving her a cuddle.
Now she's stroking her.
Yeah. Bless her. It's the fact that that Rosie sat on the back of the sofa. Now she's going after her toes. Now she's going after... They are thick as thin these days. They are thick as thin. They are thick as thin. Bless them. Can we have F's in the chat for Shadow? F's in the chat for Shadow, guys. F's. F's in the chat for Shadow. He was a good boy. He's over the Rainbow Bridge now. He was a good boy.
And now all my ale is gone. Gone. Oh, how sad.
How sad. Could you hear that, by the way, Tam? Yeah. That's a bit gay. Comics Dad, how you doing, brother? Yes, I will be on Comics Dad channel a little bit later. So, hey, Tombi, just popping in to say hi and have a great stream. See you later. You take care, brother. We're going to be talking comics. And, yep, all the F's in the chat. And then we got Titch. How you doing? It's good to see you, Lee. It's good to see you. Oh, dead air. Tam's not speaking anymore. She's like, nope.
Well, you do enough talking for 10 people.
Go on then, talk.
It's always a bit hard to get a word in edgeways.
Yeah, but you know me, I don't do silence. I literally don't do silence.
Oh, excuse me. I breathed in the wrong way.
So, oh, my lovely wife, what have you been doing today? Do you know what's really funny? The dogs were both looking at you as if to say, what's my mum doing? Look at them both.
Coughing.
Look at them both.
Hey, babies.
Oh, bless them.
Yep, they're being so sweet.
Yeah, they are.
It makes a change.
It makes a change from them being douchebags. Especially at like 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Excuse my language. Because there's nothing worse than... freaking dogs going nuts.
Well, this is my mood today.
Don't mess with 2 seconds. I can sort that out. By the power of Grayskull, don't mess with this chick.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my mood today.
Yes.
Along with... Oh, wrong way.
Right. If you stop, don't move, don't move. Normal people scare me. Spin it around. You're going to have to show the other side, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Oh, fuck me, she's
It wasn't me, you're moving the camera.
No, she's atrocious, chat. It's all about... she's just atrocious at keeping freaking still. I mean, there's this tiny little camera that's above her screen. You would have thought putting a cup in front of a camera is not rocket science. And it's not exactly light. The camera's tiny. The camera's huge. Like other things. My butt.
I've been doing housework.
Okay.
I've been doing sleeping. And I've been getting rid of my flabby bat wings. Look, almost gone.
Flabby bats.
Yep.
Let me know when you're back. Right, okay, so ads. So there is a reason why there's ads currently playing on YouTube. We're trying to drive as much revenue to Jacob's GoFundMe. So the whole idea, just for April, guys, you will have ads. We will be posting the link to Jacob's GoFundMe as often as we can. Please, please, please share it far and wide. If you can't donate to anything, that's no problem. Share it far and wide. If you're a streamer or content creator, take it, put it as your pinned comment for a little bit of time. That'd be massively appreciated. We are sharing it far and wide as often as we can do. But in order for me to help Jacob, what I'm doing is for the period of April, all of the super chats, all of the revenue from ads, which isn't going to be a massive amount, guys, is all going across to Jacob. So each Sunday, everything from the Sunday before to that Saturday will be collected, collated, calculated, and put into Discord, and everybody could see the receipts, and then we'll shove it across to Jacob. So every Sunday we pop another bit into Jacob's GoFundMe. But we're just trying to keep visibility on it, guys, and hence the ads on YouTube is one of those things that I'm just trying to get another couple of quid every now and again. It's not going to be much. It's not going to be much. And they'll be turned back off once April is over, guys. We will be turning them back off. So a little bit of... No, and it's not. It was a deliberate decision from myself. I did post about it in the community tab, but it's purely an April thing only. I don't normally, as you know, I don't normally have any form of ads on any of the channels. Certainly not anything live. Anything that's been uploaded is not live will have ads, because at the end of the day, people can watch those at their own leisure. But the live stuff will never have ads with it. Never have ads with it. So, Tamafree, what you been doing today?
I thought we'd already covered that.
No, I wasn't paying attention because I'm a typical husband.
I said I had
Sleep, more sleep.
No, I did sleep. Yes, I had to. But then I've had a lack of sleep for the last couple of days. You know, when you're up at 3:30 in the morning because some inconsiderate bastard is slamming their front door.
Lacey, how you doing? How you doing? Abe's joined us as well. Andy Matthews, I have never looked at any community section ever. Lol. Yeah, that's fine. Believe it or not, I put the information there only as a reminder for myself to talk to everybody outside of live streams. So updates, dog updates, what we're doing next, streams, charity drives, and all that good stuff. It's basically all I do. And most of the time, I just go straight to Twitter these days. Go straight to Twitter.
So, one of the things I have done this week is see how much it will cost to transport both dogs and all 3 cats over to the States. So, I mean, it's this year's prices, but I did... I thought I'd get a quote from someone, from a company linked to British Airways. And it is going to cost £10,000 to transport all 5 of the animals. That is without their vaccinations for, frothing at the gob.
Rabies.
Rabies, that's it. That's the badger.
Annie Matthews celebrating 9 months of membership. Studio Ghibli did a Trump film. Well, maybe. Yeah, the problem is there's too many AI engines that are very good at Ghibli at the minute. So I just distrust anything that's Ghibli currently. So
No.
Lisi, no.
No.
Tam, carry on.
So long as we get their rabies vaccine done 30 days before we leave the UK, they don't have to be quarantined. If we get it done just as we're leaving the UK, then we just have to keep them away from other animals in our home for 30 days.
Yep.
But because the UK is rabies free, pretty much, there's not the same concern as, say, animals coming in from the States to the UK.
So Lee says here, holy Jesus, that's a lot to ship 5 animals to the States. No, it's not. And the reason why I say no, it's not, and how I can justify that cost is when you factor in that is pre-accommodation for the animals before they get shipped over. That's vet checkups. That's vets all the way. That's food all the way. That's duty care and consideration for the animals by trained professionals. Certainly, if you're shipping a load of animals across, they're going to ship many animals in one go because it's more profitable, it's more economic to do so. And that also takes in consideration when you get to the other side, the care of the animals for a period until they're collected, kind of thing. So 10,000 sounds a lot, but it's you're probably talking it's probably 4,000 each for the dogs and 2,000 combined for the cats, because they're obviously a hell of a lot smaller, because everything's based on weight
and size. It's the size of the kennels that they have to have and how much space they take up.
I mean,
But
arguably that's just weight again, isn't it? Because
that is gold
that's
package.
gold standard. Yeah.
So they vet check them ready to fly. They pick them up from the door, take them to the airport, keep them overnight, take them onto the flight, take them off the other end and take them to wherever you're living. And that's all customs and all the rest of it. It's all done. They do all the paperwork and everything.
Yeah. Lacey asked a question. Do they get a special plane?
No, they don't.
Nope. They go in cargo.
Yep.
They go in. They literally go in the same cargo as anything else. Now, obviously, cargo is pressurized and all that, so it's not exposed to the elements. It's just not as warm. But bearing in mind you're transporting animals, some of those animals don't need the heat anyway, especially not the dogs. Especially not the dogs. I did want to share this quickly with everybody, because on the show, on the Hum Day Chinwag, we were discussing how we had the rat incident where Cosmo brought in a large rat, and Weasel, out of nowhere, generated this marvelous piece. And my God, it's amazing. Look at that. That is fucking phenomenal. Tombi riding around on the giant rat that came in. That'd be amazing. Rats the size of horses. Albeit, I'm a fucking hobbit anyway, so that's actually life size. But Weasel, thank you very much indeed. I actually love that image. You're going to have to tell me what application you use to do it, because Lacey says a new Warcraft mount. Actually, that's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout. It's a dire rat. Oh God, don't get me started on the dire wolves. I'll have Pete fucking foaming at the mouth. They're not dire wolves. They're genetic hybrid grey wolves. fucking Jesus Christ.
Oh, God's sakes.
Which says, I suppose when you look at it, it's like that. It's a lot of care. Yeah, and this is the thing. It is a lot of care, and therefore I can justify that cost. I mean, arguably, it's probably more $3,000, $3.5 for Poppy because she's a lot heavier, and then the rest is on Cat split.
Obviously.
DB, brother.
Wow. Where you been?
How you doing? I'm going to check my Discord. I do try and keep sending DB messages, but I'm shit at it because I'm. You know my problem, Tam, where I'm tizened up to fuck and I've got no concept of fucking time or space.
Yeah.
It's like my mother will say, "Give me a ring in a couple of days," and then 3 months has passed, and that's not because I'm lazy or anything else. I just got no concept of how long it's been since I last talked to someone. It just doesn't compute. So for me, it feels like I spoke to DB yesterday, whereas in essence, it's been like months.
Yeah, it's like he says, I'm just going upstairs
Fuck
to drink
off.
my tea.
Fuck off. That's that's
And then
irrelevant.
I'll be back down to do so-and-so. And 3 hours later, I'm going up the stairs and say, well, have you finished your tea?
That's bollocks. That almost sounds like you're bullying me.
No, I'm not bullying.
You
That is
fucking
the
are.
truth of the matter.
You fucking are. Yo, what's good, everybody? We are living the dream, DB. We are living the dream as always, mate. Yeah. Abe says Tombi aren't the same. Yeah, I've just got no concept because I can talk to someone, not talk to someone for 2 years, and then talk to that person again and carry on the same conversation, precisely the point we left it off, as if no time has passed. Because my brain just says, compute, save to hard drive, reload later on at a more appropriate time. That's it. It doesn't come out of hibernation halfway through and say, do you know what? I really must send a message to DB. Because, I mean, I'll even admit the fact that it wasn't until I saw DB's message in chat that I'm like, fuck, I haven't fucking spoke to DB in ages.
I
That
was
the trigger.
actually thinking a couple of days ago, where's DB gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd even gone onto his channel to check to see whether he'd been there.
Yeah.
So, DB, when you're not about, you are missed.
You are missed, brother. You are missed. And look at that. We've got Mo Zamboni, who's gracing us whilst he's driving about. You drive safe, brother. You drive safe. Oi! Listening to you guys as I'm driving about. It's good to see you, Mo. Good to see you. I did pop in to see you guys last night, but I just then passed out because I was shattered. I was shattered. Ah, Lisi, I thought that said, can we mod your brain? We can mod your brain.
No.
I don't think that's going to work. I am literally too retarded for my brain to be improved upon.
DB's been going to the gym. Hey, guess what I bought today?
You bought gym? You what?
I bought a workout bench and more weights.
Yes. So it's all starting to kick off in the Tombi household, the Tombi and Tam household, where we are now heading back towards getting ourselves into some freaking fitness regime where we're not just sitting on our asses and doing nothing. So the food is now basically sorted. We've got a rough approximate diet, which is causing us to lose weight already. Now is the time to start ramping up on the exercises and get the old weights going and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm calculating calorie burn every day.
Yep.
It's so my goal is to burn 1,000 active calories a day.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
If I can get down to 14 stone by the time, obviously that's not in American freedom units, So let me get a calculator out so we can translate that into freedom units. Stones to pounds. Pounds.
There's £14 to a stone.
Yeah, I'm not that clever. So if I can get down to £196, then I'll be happy. I'm currently at
206.
206. Yeah, I'm currently at 206, and bearing in mind I've come down from 226. That's not too bad. I've shifted 10% of my body weight so far. So I'm heading the right way. I'm heading the right way. DB said, "Yeah, I figured out. I figured to be more healthy again, especially with the impending war and the Netherlands having the draft put back in again. Army is most likely going to be sent to the Ukraine too. Lots of stuff. Oh, that fucking sucks. I mean, part of me is glad that there's absolutely no chance of me ever being recalled because I was medically discharged. As soon as you become medically discharged in the UK, that pretty
That's
much
it, you're off the reserve list.
Yeah, that exempts you from any future call up. But if I need to pick up a rifle, I'll pick up a rifle. I've got no problem with it. You don't just lose the muscle memory. You lose the muscle, but that's quick enough to gain back.
I never forget. It was the beginning of the Falklands. My dad got his recall papers. Holy hell! Well done.
Jesus! Right, 2 seconds. That deserves one of. Fuck off, you bastard! That deserves this. Fuck yeah! Rachel lost 67 pounds in the last year. Just got sick of being exhausted all the time. Yeah, and that is a hell of a lot. That is a hell of a lot of weight. So congratulations. Mate, 67. Holy shit. If I lost 67 off that would take me down to 160. That would be 11.5 stone I would be down to. Holy shit. That would actually be less weight than when we first met. Because when we first met, I was basically 12 stone. I was my 12 stone self, with a much more defined physique, should we say? I was less blob and more block.
Poor old Mo crapped his pants.
Mo, my apologies, mate. My apologies. I have a pretty decent sound system in my car. Those fireworks about made me crap my pants. Fuck's sake. Oh, Lisi with the go. Oh, sorry, Mo. So probably not a good time to do this then.
Hello, you cunt.
Oh dear me.
So I was saying, so it's the start of the Falklands, and my dad got his call-up papers because he was obviously a reserve.
Yep.
And his 24 pence travel warrant.
24p, yeah, Jesus Christ. And the thing is, that was solely for rail travel. That was solely for rail travel. I can still remember when I joined the Royal Marines, I can still remember my travel warrant that they give me. A paper ticket, took it down to the train station in Fareham down south, and then went on my merry way across country. Bloody 24p.
Yep.
Daddy!
So,
say happy birthday to the other half. It's his birthday today. He's 40 years younger. The funny thing is, Quinn was taking the piss out of him. You're old now, Daddy.
Good old Quinn.
Fucking hilarious. It's good to see you, Daddy. Good to see you. Apologies for the politics. No, DB, this stream, the two T's in the pod, allows us to talk to you guys to talk about everything that's going on in your lives, whether it's going on in our lives, stuff that's going in the news. It's one of those, we've got no agenda. The conversation can go anywhere. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't
Hiya,
matter.
Jack.
But I was going to highlight DB's other message. There it is. So DB says, with my age, I'm likely to be drafted in the National Reserves. Yeah, the problem is your age, because you're still technically a youngster, because you're still a baby. That will be probably the first thing that they go for. The fortunate thing, it will be reserves, but even the reserves have got a high chance of deployment onto something. And it is what it is. How you doing, Jack? Good to see you. And Clifton. Clifton, I was actually in the background. I was actually looking at the Retroid Pocket 5 handheld. I was sorely tempted. I mean, it looks beautiful. The only problem is it's not going to get here in time for the holiday to America. Yeah. But it does look absolutely, even a 16-bit looks lovely, but the GameCube one looks so good.
Oh, Lee, where's your interview, mate?
Lee.
Yeah.
Oh,
got interview
our
tomorrow.
Lee. Our Lee
Yep.
says, I got interview tomorrow. Nice, fingers crossed. Whereabouts are you interviewing, mate? Don't dox it. Don't dox it. Just particulars. Just tell us the company or whatever, and we'll go from there. Or if it's another trucking firm, just say it's another trucking job. The other thing as well, Lee, don't forget that your PCs both have to be on with TeamViewer on in order for me to connect to them. Because I think they shut themselves down.
Breakdown recovery.
Oh yeah, easy then.
That's the 5 on, 3 off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 5 days on, 3 days off.
I mean, the thing is, the good thing with recovery is that most of the time it's powered winches for vehicle recovery anyway, and then it's just either towing or carrying. So
it's a single bed.
It's a single bed, so yeah.
So one car at a time, so probably crash recoveries and things like that.
Clifton 3D says, yeah, damn, it sucks the delivery takes so long on the Retroids. Yeah, I almost read that incorrectly. I'm sure he put hemorrhoids, but it is Retroids.
Oh, and right back when, yes, Lacey, I have problem with my core, and that's the bit that I have to do now.
Yeah.
And that's the one, and planks are killing me. They are absolutely killing me. I can now hold a plank for 30 seconds rather than 15 seconds.
Which is not bad. I mean, it's an improvement. It's an improvement all the time. Go fund me. I'm just dropping the link again.
He was, so he's up to 27% at the moment.
Yeah, so Jacob's currently on 5,350. So he's doing really well. But the idea is that we're just going to continue to push this as much as we can do. And like I said, any super chats that come in, any Rumble rants, anything across any of the platforms, each for April, I'm just going to throw into there with the people's names that have donated into the super chats or done super chats, super thanks, and all that good stuff. I'm just going to post it straight across there.
Hiya, Grizzled. Hiya, EO.
EO! How you doing, EO? It's good to see you. And Grizzled Entertainment and Legatus Legionis.
Who's walking the plank?
Yes.
No, I'm doing planks.
She's doing planks as exercises. Now, I would love to walk her plank. Oh, yeah. Sounds kinky. Sounds kinky.
They're not particularly comfortable.
Well, they're not supposed to be comfortable. It's exercise at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I need to lose this belly. It's the last bit now.
Yeah.
Getting rid of my belly.
Yeah. Belly Batman.
Yeah. Well, I've got all my outfit as well. I've actually lost enough weight to buy the outfit for the daughter's wedding.
Yep, and you've bought it in a size lower than you expected.
Yep. So I've gone down a whole size. So I've got my dress, my nice shiny shoes, and my bag all good to go for the wedding.
I tried to. So over the course of the last, I would say, 15 years, Tombi has gone from basically a 30. What was I when we first met? 32.
32.
So I've gone from a 32 up to a 36. So that's quite considerable in terms of weight, waistline. I'm back down essentially to a 33. So the 34s are fitting, they're comfortable. I got into a. Why is Gap 30? Why did Gap have a 33? It was weird.
I don't know.
But I got into the Gap. Now the 32s were a bit of a push. Now I did get them on, but my nuts were kind of like really struggling to really be comfortable. And I then bend over in these shorts. My ass was tight like a tiger.
He has got a big ass.
It would worry me that the fabric wouldn't be able to contain the strain if I was to bend over.
Yeah.
So I think if I can comfortably get into, say, a 33 by the time, I mean, we've only got 5 weeks now, guys. We've only got 5 weeks.
6.
6 weeks. If I can comfortably get into the 34s, touch on 33s, when I'm in America, I'm gonna be looking at the shops. I'm gonna be going shopping galore when we get to the States. Yes, he has one, or he has one. Yes,
Or he
Both.
is one.
he is one. Yes, I am a big jackass. It's got to be done. Yeah, Gap's weird. So where we going? Obviously, we're going to be shopping. We're going to be fucking shopping a lot. We're going to have to buy an additional suitcase for all of the stuff that we're going to bring back. We're going to be hammered on tax and everything to bring it back and travel and whatever. And then we've got to figure out how to get it all in the car. I'm really hoping not to have to pack the car, drive all of that home, then drive all the way back to pick up the dogs and pick up the Tam. Because if that was to happen, what I'd probably do is jump in the car, pack everything, come home, stay for 2 days, leave Tam there with the dog, and then go and pick her up the following week, just so I can get a break. But it is what it is. Would be a split moon, Lee says. Yes, it would. It would be a total eclipse. My asshole would block out the sun. Tam's silent. See, this is the thing. I stop talking and you don't talk. It's like,
What do I say to that?
don't know. You could say anything. Like,
What do I say to that? You're
Right,
discussing
okay.
your arse crack.
we could talk about bleaching buttholes, but that's probably a bit too much.
No.
Not that. Princess Cinnamon Boots comes in with a lol. Yeah. You had actually found some additional properties, didn't you?
Yeah, they keep popping up in my email because I did an account, so I'll get updates.
Right.
But I haven't really seen very much apart from that fixer-upper, and I won't be able to find it now.
Yeah. That's fine.
I did find the...
Maria! How you doing? Maria's in chat. How you doing, Maria? It's good to see you. Good to see you. I'm just going to leave it on Jacobs. So yeah, we've been obviously looking for more houses. Because when we're coming across in 6 bloody weeks, we are going to spend an awful lot of time checking out areas. Oh, I can't wait. Know me.
Don't ask me.
Do you know what, Nomi?
Okay.
I've got no idea. Nomi says, "What's the purpose of bleaching booty hole?" I don't know. I think it's one of those things that obviously the prawn stars do to make it look like their little starfish is a bit cleaner.
I thought they had them waxed.
They probably do, but I mean, it's certainly bleaching your butthole is just. Imagine Michael Jackson, but your butthole only. It's like, ugh, crazy. But Naomi, it's good to see you. How you doing? How you feeling?
Oh, so jackets, a shirt lifter thing.
Jackets, a shirt lift. What you looking at?
It's to make it.
No, whose comment? Right, I was going to say you know you can
Yep.
select things. I'm like trying to work out what comment she's freaking talking about.
It's to make it more attractive when you're constantly presenting your back end.
Do you know yeah, and this is the thing. It's a prawn star thing because at the end of the day, most normal adults are not going to go through that unless they're gay. Really,
Oh,
it's
well,
the only thing I can think of. Oh,
interview.
happy birthday!
And happy
birthday! Can we get some happy birthdays for Silent Night in chat? Even in all, had a lovely steak dinner for the 40th. And I too have an interview next week for a completely new job. Well, good luck on the job, brother. Good luck on the job. Hopefully you will smash it and then you'll be able to get out the current digs and move on to a new job. Sounds amazing. But happy birthday. And in fact, we can do this. Mo, if you're still driving, prepare for noise. Why can't I click that and then go, let's do this one. Fuck. I really hope he's not driving. I really hope he's not fucking driving. Oh, Mo Zamboni. Good to see you, mate. But Naomi, thank you very much indeed for joining. Yes, 2 T's in the pod where husband and wife duo talk about bollocks.
Yep.
And arseholes, apparently.
Yeah.
And
Lots of
butt plugs.
arseholes.
Yeah, we talk about stuff, but we also talk about moving to Tennessee. So ranches for sale in Tennessee. Jack says that was loud. I've got no control over the volume of that at all. I can't change the volume of it. It just is what it is, and that's why I said, Mo, turn down your radio because I just shit him up with the fireworks.
I did actually get a private because I've been looking at private rentals as well, obviously, because it may take us a while to sort things out.
Yeah.
And holy hell. So $2,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. But it's the fact that you've got to pay a $500 non-returnable deposit for the dogs.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you've got to pay extra rent for each animal. So it's another $250 a month.
Yeah.
For the animals.
So I assume that is basically clean up after you move out kind of thing. So any damage they're covering, any insurance is being covered off. But the thing is, that is insane for rent.
Yeah.
That's insane. I mean, even if you were to convert it back down to pounds, you're only taking 20% off that. That's crazy. You may as well be mortgaged up. If you're spending that much on rent, you may as well be mortgaged up. Rachel there, rent is way too high here, and they rarely accept pets. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? That is fundamentally the issue because they're just trying to guarantee that they don't have to spend out on any form of fumigation, repair, carpet, any damage. They're trying to reduce all that so their amount of money invested in the property is as minimal as possible to drive up the profit on renting. Wankers. Jose Tacos, join us. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, they're just trying to make sure they're maximizing their profit, and I can understand that, but certainly in the UK, rent is going up. If you're in any of the major cities, good luck trying to rent anything appropriate. But outside of the major cities, you can actually rent for a reasonable price. And it's probably half the price of America right now. I would say our rent in Colchester is probably even if to say 1,200 would probably get you a 3-bedroom property. And it wouldn't matter about dogs, cats, animals, or other. And I know I said Colchester, it doesn't matter. You're not going to find out where we are.
Yeah, no.
Town
I don't know. I haven't looked at house prices, rental prices over here.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly you get a lot of space for that money.
Yeah.
Because it has actually got a bedroom, bathroom, and a little kitchen above the garage. But, yeah, it's expensive. I did see that 200 acres that was half price, so it was $2.5 million. It's now down to 1.25.
I like the look of this one. It's outside of our budget currently, but I like the look of it. I do like the look of it. I mean, look at that for just a room to chill out in. I can smell the room. Let me make it bigger for everybody. I can literally smell the wood and varnish in the room. Look at it. It looks great. Yes. Kitchen's not too bad. Not great, not bad. Nothing wrong with the bathroom, really. You've got jet wash for your butt in the bath. So there's that. I like the sliding doors. I do like the sliding doors.
Sorry, I'm telling a lie. It was 2.3.
2.3, was it?
Yeah, but I actually don't think there's much house with this. Not for the money.
Yeah.
It's because it's got 200 acres and the grounds are absolutely fabulous.
So Rachel's saying here, that's why I'm stuck where I am. A lot of properties were snapped up by investors, leaving buyers without enough properties to choose from. Rent used to be 600 on average, now it's 2K. Do you know the other problem you've got with this? And you can blame China for this one. China is asshole. China's government started to inflict heavy taxes on everybody who's a millionaire and above. So what they were doing to basically stop being taxed so high, all of these millionaires were buying assets and properties abroad. They bought them in America. They bought them in the UK. Large amounts of properties that are completely empty. They don't care about the fact that the property is empty. And yeah, the companies or the corporations, to hide the wealth, were just buying properties all around the world. And as a result, there are now fewer properties to go around. And that's what's driving the price up. China is asshole.
I don't know why this link is so bloody long.
I'm just going to flick through this image. I like these doors. I like the old hanging barn doors, the style doors. They're amazing. And Airbnb, yeah, they're being snapped up for Airbnb, being turned around on the cheap, being done up with basic equipment inside it, just to float a profit. Now, don't get me wrong, that is capitalism at its finest if it's people from the US or people from the UK doing it to flip and make money from it. But I really struggle to allow a corporation to buy private residences. I mean, if it was me, I would have it so that corporations could only buy a certain amount of private residence for their executives to move into during, say, if an executive moves to the US for a period of time for a project, there's a property there they can use, and then they move out of and away they go. But I think they should be barred from buying any form of public residence. And straight away, you'll see all of this completely turn on its head. Maybe I need to send Donald Trump a message and say, any chance we can ban corporations from buying all of the properties? Because we're really running out of choice for the average Joe.
Ignore that link. It didn't work properly.
Okay. And then ideally that would then drop the prices of rentals, it would drop the prices of houses, everything becomes more affordable. People then have the knock-on effect that they have more disposable income, and therefore the economy grows and gets stronger because people buy more locally. It's like a sequence of events, it's dominoes. Sort out the problem with the corporations buying the properties, prevent them from doing it. That lets people get on the housing ladder at a reasonable cost, and then they have more disposable income. They spend more in the local area, and everybody wins. And the corporations lose, which is the best thing for me. A very sound idea. Thank you very much. Yeah, hotels got expensive. Renting a house was cheaper. That is the other thing, because everyone was just jacking up their prices. But even then, corporations will purchase properties for their people to live in. It still belongs to the corporation. They can still write off an amount of tax from it because obviously it's a property. It's not technically income generating, and it's a perk of the job. So those executives can use those properties. But the problem is that they when they eventually sell it, they don't really lose anything out of it. And them purchasing it and then purchasing a lot of it to hide wealth, because all they need to do is just wait for the property market to show 20%, 30% improvement, and then they can sell it all. They ain't going to pay any form of corporation tax on any of those properties or assets sold. They ain't. What they'll do is they'll sell those properties, take the money from it, and then gift that all to charity. And then they'll use that tax. They'll write that off as a tax benefit. And, goes all into the coffers. Goes all into the coffers. My rent just went up. My one-bedroom council flat is now $450 per calendar month. Fuck me.
Yeah, but I think that's about what Lee's is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's a one-bedroom, so... But arguably, there's no justification for that price going up, and that's what I can't understand. When it's council, so in the UK, councils are much like housing entities in the States, like housing.
Your rent control places.
Yeah, rent control places. Now, the thing is, in the UK, the councils should not be, in my view, should not be increasing the charge on the rent if they're not carrying out any form of repairs or maintenance of those properties, because invariably they don't.
No.
They don't. They expect the tenants to uphold the DIY. If anything breaks, they drag their heels to piss people off so that people just do it themselves. Yes.
Yeah, I looked at one earlier, Rachel, that I think has been empty for a long time because the roof had gone and the whole place was just mouldy. But it had a bigger land area.
Yep.
And the cost for us would be about £200,000. So it is actually worth it because it's got good foundation. So even if you rebuild on the existing foundation.
Yep.
But yeah, I've seen quite a few.
Yeah.
That are like that.
So one of the goals that I've always wanted with any form of property that we buy is having running water through it. I want to have somewhere where I've got clean water. Now, granted, this is in Tennessee. This is probably close to the Appalachians. So the chances are the water is actually fairly clean. There's generally not really much point sticking like freaking factories and shit up a mountain. So you can generally trust the water. You'll do your due diligence and check the water tables and stuff like that. But I've always wanted a property where I've got my own running water through the property because I can take an amount off that water and feed into kind of like trees and orchards and allotments and food and make it all ourselves and stuff. Know me listening to YouTube while cleaning my place. The best way to clean your place. Every Thursday, every Saturday, doing the same thing. How you doing, Terra Crystal? It's good to see you. Good to see you.
This link is freaking longer than an Amazon link.
So what you'll find in the link is at some point it breaks into a question mark.
Oh, I'm not reading it. It's
Just drop the link into chat, and I'll just take the important bit.
I'm just putting it into
Discordium. So Tam is now learning about the internet and how tracking works. So very quickly after like the numbers, there's a kind of like a / and a question mark. We don't need any of that bullshit.
right. So it's come up now anyway. The pictures come up, whereas it didn't come up before.
I've got it.
Yeah, we can't afford it, but the land looks absolutely fantastic.
I don't know. I reckon I can stretch my butthole to it to kind of like accommodate it. Nah, I can't. Shit.
And the
We need to win the lottery.
We
need to win the lottery on this one. Right. Okay. Let's have a look at some of these images, chat.
It's the land that it sits in.
Obviously, for those that are just lurking in the background and listening in, you won't be able to see the images. So this is a house that's for sale in Tennessee, 1.25. So 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1.3 thousand square foot. So it's tiny. The house is tiny. You would knock it down. But looking at the images, the fact that it's got its own little mini waterfall features, this intrigues me greatly, especially with the type of rock that I'm looking at. And I want 100% be making sure that we get mineral rights on this property. 100%, because that is shale rock. And you know what you find in shale rock. Anyway, running water, stream, waterfall, caves, looks awesome. Trees and stuff would look absolutely amazing come the summer. This is precisely the type of property that I'm looking for. There's going to be snow. There's snow. So one of the things that we want, obviously, because we're going to breed the Bernese Mountain Dogs, is we want a property where we're definitely going to have snow. We want a big forest. We want the snow. Obviously, we've got to contend with critters and everything in between, but the dogs will be fine. But snow, yes, absolutely fantastic. I've looked at this property before because I recognise the road that's underneath the snow.
$1 million.
Yeah, I recognise this property. I'm sure I've seen it before. I mean, the sheer amount of running water. Oh, yes. We could have a hydro turbine on there and generate electricity all year round. Piece of piss. It looks amazing. Looks amazing. And Rachel says, "Oh, that is gorgeous lands." And do you know what? That actually does look like a good parcel of land. Now, the only thing that obviously looking at the topographical map, I can see where the river will run through. Because you can see the dip between the two kind of like hills. So there is the possibility that if a lot of rain or a lot of snow comes down, that river's going to overflow. So I'd be intrigued to see the river height over the course of the last couple of decades.
Yeah, they do actually. I will say, I think it was on here, you can find the risks. They do a risk analysis.
I mean, the property itself is basically a prefabbed modular building. It's not much in terms of character to look at, but it's spacious enough that you can move into it. I would actually, do you know what I would actually do, Tam? I would actually
build another house.
Leave that as is and build an additional property on the land. Right, and this essentially becomes Tombi's streaming palace.
Right, so 0 flood.
Yep.
Low risk of, actually, reasonably high risk, 6 out of 10 fire factor.
Yeah, but that will be the same irrespective of where you are if you're close to forests. Because
Yeah.
they have to. They have to.
3 out of 10 for wind, so not really a high risk.
Because that's protected, which is fine. The mountains will protect you on that one.
Air factor, 3 out of 10.
Yep.
Heat, 4 out of 10. So it gets warm, not hot.
Yeah. Rachel says, got to watch out for old forests and never sing or whistle in the forest. For good reason. The thing is that it depends on what your belief systems are and whatever, but you can inadvertently summon the spirits and then it could just drag you away and be done with you. But also it attracts great big fucking animals, which is largely probably the case, and you might just attract cats or bears or whatever.
But crunching over dead leaves is going to attract animals.
Granted, but the thing is that there's a delta between walking over crunchy leaves. Now, snapping a twig would cause quite a lot of noise to be heard for quite a bit of distance. But because of the singing and the whistling, the frequency there just carries on the wind. And a lot of the time, the sound of rustling leaves and stuff could be accounted for anything. Unlocking law. So Maria's got to bounce. Lovely property. You take care of yourself, Maria. Good to see you. You take care. And Daily Dysfunction says, I've seen some scary Appalachian stories. Rachel says, lol, old wives' tales have come from somewhere, right? Yeah, 9 times out of 10 is a case of people go out whistling in the forest and get attacked by a bear they're never seen again, and then you just find their skin. And it's a witch!
Never go in the woods if you hear a baby cry.
Yeah, because big cats, they sound like that. That's a big cat thing. That is a big cat sound. And it's usually, mountain lions and pumas?
I forgot, which one does Tennessee get?
Mountain lions. Tennessee gets mountain lions. I'm going to carry on looking at Tombi's streaming palace because this is what it becomes. Chat, look at my mighty kitchen that I'll have. I'll replace the cooker, though, because I don't want electric. Yes.
Cougar and puma. Oh, yeah.
Rachel says, yep, mountain lions sound like women screaming. Cougars, mostly the 4-legged kinds. Oh, it's like an episode of Sex in the City. Davey Verse, how you doing?
Hello, you guys.
How you doing, Davey? It's good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Yes. Never go into the woods. Look at my mighty bathroom. Do you know what? Actually, this place is actually quite tidy. This is quite tidy. You could move into it. We could then build an additional property, and this just becomes the spare abode for friends, family. But certainly, there's rooms there for me to do me office work and streaming and whatever else. Oh, it's a little man shed. Little man shed. I'd have to take that down. Hard standing. Road. It's not bad, actually. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's certainly out of our price range. Way outside of our price range. So we have to probably come down a notch.
I can't find my saved searches in this bloody
I thought you were
site.
going to say you can't find something else then. And I'm like, okay. I want to be more over towards the Appalachians, though.
I can't find that one that I found earlier.
How do Oh, click to see homes. Ooh. Right, okay. What we got? No. I don't really want to be right smack in the town. I want to be outside of a town because I want to have the space, and like chat says, I want to, no, not moving in there. It doesn't have any character. I want to have a bit of space, a bit of land around. I want to be able to get into a forest quickly. I want to walk out the back of my garden and essentially be in a forest. That'd be the dream.
Yeah, I can't find that one that I found earlier.
American houses are an awful lot of modular build, though.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different in the UK because most of our houses, technically you could argue the toss, they're brick built modular. Southern Redneck Guy, how you doing over on Twitch? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. We're just talking about because me and the wife are looking to move to the US in the course of the next 2 to 5 years. We're going to move to Tennessee and just looking at some properties.
Oh, what's this? Oh, Virginia.
Vagina. But what we notice is a lot of the buildings, a lot of the properties in the US are very modular. They're just skinned and blocks put in place. What's this one? Oh, it's only got 1 acre. But again, this one here, this is a prime example of something that's modular, and you can always tell by the way that the rooms join together. And usually it's the ceilings are the giveaway. It's usually the ceilings that they give it away. Give it away now. Give it away. Nah, I'm not interested in touring that home. Oh, wow. You chose the best place. Tennessee is a great place. And Southern Redneck Guys from Alabama. Daily Dysfunction says West Virginia. Mountain Mama. Take me home. Country Road. Country Road.
Right, where is this?
Davey Verse says West Virginia's too much Tim Pool. Yeah.
Right, this is literally on the border of
Fallout
Tennessee
Dave.
and Virginia.
Vagina. It's not Virginia. It's vagina. God damn it, woman. Just drop me a new link.
Because this is affordable.
Yes. Fallout Dave just said, "Hey Tommy, just finished playing a little Xenoblade Chronicles X. I thought I'd see what you're up to across the pond. We're looking at houses on your side of the river, mate. We're looking at houses on your side of the river. I'm partial to my home state of Florida, but Tennessee is a great state, except for Memphis. We're staying clear of Memphis, brother. That's why I'm looking at the Appalachian side, because I don't want to be anywhere near Memphis. I don't want to be anywhere near it. There's no disrespect to anybody that's currently living there, but it's not for me. Ooh, this one looks nice.
Yeah, and that's right on the border.
Oh, what the?
Fair size house with
It's right on the border of where?
Tennessee and Virginia.
Right, okay, so let me share this one. So let's zoom out on the map. So this is right on the Appalachians. It's right on the foothills of the Appalachians.
Yeah, see, it's right.
Yeah, so it's right between Knoxville and Roanoke. So decent location. Actually, Tam, we drive past this.
I know.
And that's not much of a stretch. We can actually get down to Abingdon, take a break, drive in to see the property, and then
if it's
crack on.
Still on the market.
Yeah, and then crack on, because that's en route. That is literally en route.
That's actually been...
Right, let's have a look. Let's show chat. Right, okay, big house, and it's got a little playhouse. You know full well the dogs are going to be inside that thing all the time. So slides, little playhouse, amazing. Always good to entertain the kids, but to be honest, it's pretty much going to entertain drunk adults.
I didn't actually think it looked too bad, and they've been repairing the roof as they've had problems.
Yeah,
If you notice.
I can see some. I can see instantly some repairs required. I can see some work that needs to be done, but ultimately, I mean, I would replace the roof anyway. So for those, and I know so many people hate fucking Elon Musk. Tesla solar. What the fuck are they called? Roof shingles. So Tesla was gonna bring out these. Fuck off! I don't give a shit. They were gonna bring out these, so they are shingles for your roof, but they are actually solar panels. Now they don't provide as much as the stereotypical solar panels themselves, but the difference is you don't see those god awful solar panels, and you can cover the entire roof with them, and that's where you get the same amount of power. So for a typical building, if you covered the entire roof, you would probably get anywhere between 10 kilowatts to 12 kilowatts system, and they would generate enough electricity for us that we would never be needing to power into the grid. So a couple of Tesla power walls out on the property, feed everything into the grid when needed. But they are rock solid. They are really, really good, really strong, stronger than standard roofing shingles. So I would actually go so far to replace the roof with those shingles to get the solar power element, so become a little bit renewable. Yeah, Jose, I saw one of their demonstrations where they basically dropped a bowling ball from quite a high distance, basically just bounced off it,
Hey,
whereas
Rick,
the standard one they shattered straight through. How you doing, brother?
everybody here has those stupid solar panels attached to their roof
Yeah,
that go over the top of the shingles. Well, the problem
they're
is
awful.
they look awful, but they actually damage the roof.
Yeah, because of the weight.
Yeah, so they absolutely knacker your roof. So they're not a practical solution to anything. But the price of that house in British pounds is 243,000.
Yeah, so Southern Redneck Guy says that Nashville would be the best place in Tennessee y'all to move. Now, we don't want to be banging close to a town because we're looking, so for Southern Redneck's benefit, we're looking at raising and breeding our Bernese Mountain Dogs. Now, normally they're in that bottom image just below me. They're normally sleeping on that sofa, but we want to breed a big wild pack of them. Not with dire wolves or anything like that, but we just want a big, massive litter of doggos. In order to do that properly, we want to have the forest with us. We want to have the big space with us, and that's why we're slightly outside. Now, I've got personal preference to be closer to the Appalachians, mostly because I like the look of the scenery, I like the look of the weather, and I like just having freaking forests and trees around me all the time. So this here is in a really good spot. Now we're going to go through the images. I would replace the roof. I would replace the roof. Fallout Dave said a lot of traffic around Nashville as well. So much growth there. Yeah. Terra Crystal as well says Nashville. Yeah, because it's Terra Crystal. I was wondering if we were going to pop in and see Terra, actually. Because Terra Crystal is not far from Abingdon. Nashville is very big and very busy. Lots of heavy traffic. We're definitely going to be there with Terra Crystal. Personally, if I was moving west, I wouldn't go past Knoxville. That was where my cutoff was. That was where my cutoff was stay to the east of Knoxville, that line, top to bottom. So let's have a look at this property a little bit more. So I like the little climbing frame. So they've got little handholds for little kids to climb up.
We haven't got any little kids.
No, so I might have to. If that stayed, I would refashion it into the dogs going up and having a dog slide, because that would be funny. Air conditioning on the outside. Grounds are so I would need to probably.
He wants to ride on mower.
I want to ride on mower. I want to be able to drive around. Do you know what I want? I want to be able to drive around with a crate full of beer, with a couple of stogies, and just drive around. Not that I smoke anymore, but that's not the point. Just drive around with my ride on mower. Just ride on mower. Fallout Dave says, Tombi, the mountains are a good place during a zombie apocalypse. Exactly. Now you're talking my language. Because Sam's shaking her head at me. One of the things I've always wanted to have is an underground doomsday bunker. No word of a lie. I've always wanted one. And I'm tempted to buy a really old digger, dig up the side of the fucking mountain wherever we live, get a couple of two shipping containers, weld them up, bolt them together, do all the necessary structural engineering to strengthen them up with RSJs, get the cement poured around, make them strong as fucking Fort Knox, do all the necessary doomsday prep, and then obviously cover it back over and it disappears into the mountainside. I've always wanted to do that. Always. And at the end of the day, just in case, weirdly, there's zombie apocalypse or a tornado or a hurricane or floods, it'd be the easiest place to go. Rachel says, just call it a tactical root cellar. Yes. We could use it as a larder. We could put in all of our supplies and stuff like that. Tam will be like, where's Tombi? He's in the dungeon.
Just be another space for him to fill up with stuff that he doesn't use.
I would fucking use it. I would bloody use it. Of course I would. I like the barbecue on the decking. I'm not too interested in the swimming pool.
No, that would come out.
I'm not too interested in the swimming pools. There's a time and a place for Tombi to get his butt out. That is not the time and the place.
I'd rather have one of them massive jet spa baths.
Yeah.
That you can swim in.
Yeah. Jose, shipping containers are easy and cheap to build a bunker in a house. Yes, they are. They really are. The difficulty you have with the shipping containers is mostly from making sure that the ground foundation has got enough drainage so that there's never any opportunity for water to build up underneath it to start rotting it. But also making sure that using steel reinforced girders across the top, make sure that the shell is rock solid. Because the thing is, a lot of people just get a couple of shipping containers, pour a load of concrete on the outside and not worry about the fact that they're not weight bearing.
Rick,
they're designed to contain things. They're not designed to carry things that way.
Isn't true. I cannot swim in a teacup.
We should try it one day. We should try it. Terra Crystal says, above ground swimming pool, easy to get rid of. That kind is around 500 and made of plastic. Yeah. Is literally just going to get ripped up. The bunker should have an armory, plenty of high-powered pew-pews, chainsaws. I've also just realised I've got a stream in 10 minutes.
Do the T-shirt, Rick.
Do the T-shirt Rick or do the T-shirt Tombi?
Yes, but Rick needs to pay attention. Oh, for God's sake, stupid bloody camera.
No, I'm in the right place.
Look,
don't mess
with
this chick. I'm in the right place. I don't know what you're talking about, woman. Don't know what you're talking about. Oh, everything's backwards, remember?
Yeah, I know.
Drive it like I stole it. Right, okay, so we're going to disappear off. I've got to get ready for Party Animals, which is probably... I can't remember if I was... Did I say I was going to start it at 8 o'clock or was going to start it at past?
Don't know. But you're late.
No, it's going to start in 10 minutes, so I'm going to disappear off, guys. Thank you, as always, for joining me and Tam on Two Teas in the Pod. It's always a pleasure to see everybody. Thank you very much indeed. And we shall be back. We'll be back on Saturday. Same time, same place. Come and join us for that. Until then, guys, you look after yourselves. It's been an absolute pleasure. Bye for now.
So that's the end. We've talked away. Tombi and Tam, we're done for the day. TV talk. talk and a bit of the news.